Hey everybody, it's me, Julz again, and today I will be reviewing DC Comics' latest direct-to-DVD animated movie, Son of Batman. After DC's recent disappointing animated schlockfest that was Justice League War, it was time once again to milk the popularity that is Batman, and for DC to hopefully salvage their once great reputation for having good, wholesome animated movies. But this time focusing on the recent, if not late, Robin, Damian Wayne. Like most of DC Comics' direct-to-DVD animated movies, this one is based on an actual comic book by Grant Morrison. But we're not going to talk about that, we're going to talk about this specific movie. The story itself is firm and straightforward, not exactly intricate, easy enough for viewers to understand the current conflict and the origins of Damian Wayne Robin. Unlike Justice League War, there are moments where characters just talk and we get to know them more. Characterization is better well established and the movie isn't interspersed with too much action that goes on forever. The fight scenes don't feel as though they're being drawn out or overstaying their welcome. They are even well choreographed. Although the violence and gore level alone is enough to indicate that this movie is not for kids. The blood and graphic violence, added with the appearance of drugs and prostitutes, is enough to cement the idea that this is rated T for teens. Damian himself is written as a very smart kid, well-trained, however bloodthirsty, arrogant, self-entitled, and pretty much making Jason Todd look like a punk by comparison. Pretty much getting Damian's character down to a T. Chances are Damian will find ways to test the audience's patience. He's driven by revenge, and that gives Batman motivation to stop him and guide him down the proper path. But unlike past Robins, Damian is proven to be more difficult. Batman in this movie does take an interest in Damian, seeing potential in him, and trying to steer him clear from the path of a killer. However, Bruce's actions don't feel as if they stem from a father figure perspective, but more like it's from a colleague. But this is early on in their relationship, and expecting Batman to exert any amount of emotion this early is kind of asking too much. And since this story is about the new Robin, why not have a guest appearance by the first Robin, Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing? His presence alone provides levity to the serious tone here. Not surprising since he is the happier and nicer equivalent to Batman. Just seeing him smile and hearing him speak is so refreshing. Deathstroke here is definitely more of a compelling villain than Darkseid was in JL War. His motivations and his grudge with Damian and his family is made very clear. There are times where the movie tries to inject humor. However, due to the subdued tones by most of the characters, the jokes barely get more than a chuckle and sometimes come across as really awkward. Which is why it is a blessing to have Nightwing appear in this movie to add some good vibes. The performances, unfortunately, aren't any better than Justice League War. Jason O'Mara resumes his role as Batman, however, he sounds so bored and apathetic. He doesn't even interchange his voice when he's as Bruce Wayne. Other than a few angry moments, it's nothing more than just another subdued performance. There's nothing special about it. However, it's not as bad as Stuart Allen as Damian Wayne. Yes, he's being voiced by an actual kid. And while kid voices are meant to sound prepubescent and annoying, this performance sounds even younger than a 10-year-old. His voice sounds as awkward as the kid from Last Airbender. It's almost jarring to the point where you want Damian to stop talking! The animation can be amazing, especially during the fight scenes. However, it's not fluid, in some places lagging, but it's far from terrible and is adequate for this movie. Overall, this movie was a bit more enjoyable and watchable than recent DC animated movies, and it does do a good job of explaining Damian's origin, although it only touches on a little bit on how Damian was conceived. Again, this is not for kids. If it's not the blood or the drugs, then it's definitely how Damian was born. With everything in mind, I give Son of Batman a 3.8 out of 5. It's not a classic, but it's definitely worth a watch, or even worth buying the DVD. But more for those who are actually following the comics. But if you are curious as to the blood son of Bruce Wayne, then you might be inclined to actually buy this movie. It's a good introduction. Just keep it away from the children who can't stand the sight of massive quantities of blood. Alright guys, that's all I have. Please comment, please subscribe, please visit my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my blog post for my other text reviews, which I should have put into actual reviews. But I'll see you next time. Bye!